I started beatboxing actually when I was 8 years old, and it was just something for fun. I was the type of kid that if you had to babysit me, you would have to like call the priest to come over and give me an exorcism, like one little piece of sugar and I was bouncing all over the wall, like crawling crazy. So for me, beatboxing was just like something I was always doing. I was always singing and making up songs. And then there was a boy in 5th grade that I had a crush on. And I started beatboxing a little bit, and then he was like, oh, you like beatboxing? Me too. Then one thing led to another. And as I got older through like high school and through middle school, you know, on the bus, people would be rapping. We're from Long Island, so, you know, and inevitably somebody would have to do the beats. So it just kind of would end up being at the back of the bus or at the lunch table or something like that. I would be laying down beats. If you would have ever told me that this would be like a profession at all, or something that has taken me all around the world, or had me meet thousands of people and perform in front of thousands of people, I never would have believed that this was possible at all. Something that was just this thing that I liked to do when I was younger. I kept following that, and it really paid off. There were a lot of challenges that I faced on the way up. I mean, the first thing that I faced was just my family, and I think friends not really understanding. They thought that I had lost my mind. They were doing like holiday interventions with me. When I was like 18 or 19, I started to go to college, and I think I made one day of community college, and then I never went back. And then my mom begged me, she's like, please, Kaila, you have to go to college, please. So I went to Queens College, and I lasted, I think, maybe 2.5 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. When I finally told my mom that I was dropping out of school, she asked me what I was gonna do in my life. And to her great demise, I told her beatboxing and improv comedy. It was like the worst thing that you could ever have said to a parent. They're like, you wanna do beatboxing and you wanna improve comedy? Like, comedy's cool, Kaila. You don't have to make it better. I think like Steve Martin, Robin Williams, they've covered it, you know? And then luckily I jumped off a cliff and I broke my back. And it sounds like a bad thing, but really it kind of got my family off my back for a little bit. No pun intended, because then they felt bad for me. So then when I finally like told them I wasn't going to school and everything, I had like 6 months of kind of like reprieve as I was healing to try out this beatboxing thing. At that point, I met my mentor. His name is Kid Lucky in New York City. And I went to one beatboxing show. And in that beatboxing show, he was like, oh, pretty good. You're amazing. You should come back to this other show. So when I saw him again, I was like a robot, like in this back brace coming to this beatboxing show. And he told me that that day that he saw me was the day that he was like, I want to work with this person. And he was like, Kaila, you know, I've worked with a lot of guys and they would call before a show and be like, I can't do the show. I got a cough, you know? And here I am like 19 years old, coming in like literally a robot back brace to this event from Long Island to New York City, just to get like a chance to do this thing that I like to do. So this event was the first time that I think I met like 12 other beatboxers. And at that time, that was the most amount of beatboxers I've ever met in my entire life. And it was really incredible to be like, oh my God, this is a community of people that are like me. Like I can let my freak flag fly, you know? If I walk into a room and go, people aren't like, oh, look away, honey. Oh, she's gonna bite you, right? Finally, I came into a space and I was like, these people were like, oh, and I was like, oh. And then realized that I was the only woman really in this community. And at first it was a cool thing, right? Like people were really excited. They were like, oh my God, a girl in the community. This is so cool, right? But the more that I got into the community, the more I realized that it's only cool if you're not making waves. And it's only cool if you're not beating guys. And it's only cool if they don't feel threatened by your presence in a space because they don't want to be the guy that loses to you and gets embarrassed by it. Once I started battling, it went from being really cool that I was the girl in the crew into not cool anymore, especially in an international world. The United States of America was the only country in the world that let men and women battle each other. All the other countries in the world, it was segregated. And that's a really beautiful thing that we had that here. But then to be kind of broadcast in this large scale, America being, a big country, it started here in New York City for beatboxing. And now all of a sudden this girl is coming up and I was beating guys in a very unconventional way. I was doing beat rhyming, which is when you sing and beatbox at the same time, like right? Or I would beat people because they would be going really fast at me, like, right? And I would just kind of do like a jazz approach and just be like, and I was just kind of beating people with control. Music is a universal language. I mean, every single culture has music and dance and art in some way. Even before cultures could talk to each other or communicate or travel, right? It is something that is so inherent in all of us. And it's so important because art gives us our voice. It's something that we get to bring to the world. When you learn math, when you learn history, there's an answer that's inherently there, and you either know it or you don't know it. But with arts, there is no right or wrong answer. And I think that's why people are so drawn to it. It's a freedom to express yourself. Music and dance and the arts is also a way for everyone to be talking at the same time, everyone to be doing something at the same time, and it's connected, and it's as one. Beatboxing is in a really exciting time, and I think it'll always be an exciting time because beatboxing, while it has been around since the 80s, is something that there is no limit to. It's really exciting because it's this way to break these conceptions of what is. And at the heart of it, that's why I love beatboxing. My name is Kaila Mullady. I am a beatboxer, musician, actress, facilitator, teacher, friend, family member, a little bit of everything. And I think that's a wonderful thing.